Now, a woman is mounting a fresh legal challenge after losing her job for refusing to work on a Sunday. In a moment, we'll be speaking to Celestina Mba about her appeal, but first we've been looking at several of recent controversial court cases involving Christians. Earlier this year, after being suspended from her job and a 7-year legal battle, British Airways employee Nadia Ouidi won the right to wear a cross with her uniform. But other high-profile cases lost their claims of discrimination by employers over their religious beliefs. Nurse Shirley Chaplin was denied the right to wear her cross on hospital wards, and Registrar Lillian Ledaley was told that she was wrong to refuse to conduct same-sex ceremonies. Last year, the High Court stopped local councils from holding prayers in meetings, although this was overturned by the government. And Christian B&B owners Hazel Mary and Peter Bull are still appealing after being found guilty of discrimination when they refused to allow a gay couple to stay. Well, let's speak to Celestina Mba, who left her job after being told that she must work on Sundays, and she's joined by Libby Blaxall from the Christian Legal Centre. Good morning to both of you. Celestina, I suppose some people might say you're absolutely entitled to say you don't want to work on Sundays, but then you should go and find a job where they don't need you to work on Sundays.
Well, the key thing is that when I applied for the job, I stated it to the panel, saying to them the only day that I struggle to work on is Sunday. And I was willing to work, any day, any shift, but not Sunday. And they told me that they will work around it. And later they reneged on what they said.
And do you think it's because you're Christian, whereas if you'd said, oh, I have childcare issues on a Sunday, they might have accommodated? Do you think it's because you're a Christian or not?
I think it's because of my faith, because I think they feel that, I don't know how quite to put it. They feel the presence of me asserting my faith in the workplace is not conducive for them.
This is a bigger issue, isn't it, Libby? And it's not just to do with Christians, actually. It's this idea that this interpretation of certain religious laws is simply at odds with the laws of our land.
Yes, well, we've seen, as we saw in the video, a whole host of cases where Christians have come into conflict with the laws that we now have. And it's important to remember that we are in a Christian country. We have a fantastic heritage.
We're in a varied country.
In a varied country now, but we do have a heritage of Christian rights and values being part of society. And all Celestina wanted to do was to have her right to worship God on a Sunday and not have to go to work.
But, I mean, the job that you were doing, it was a very caring job, wasn't it? It was caring for disabled children who need round-the-clock care. And some people might say, actually, working on a Sunday would be charity, would be kind of charitable on your part to do it, and that is actually a very Christian thing to do.
Well, the way I see it is that I need to be empowered to empower them. And my faith empowers me to work with them. I always say to people, have you ever worked with an autistic child? Do you know what the demands that they make on you are?
So, Celestina, if you're not working on a Sunday, what is it you prefer to do?
I prefer to worship God.
For the whole day?
Then go and visit people that I can pray with and touch them and share with people, just the joy of just being alive.
But, Libby, I mean, the point that Celestina made there, I mean, illegally, if you say up front, I can't work a certain day, do employers have to abide by that then?
Well, employers, as in Celestina's case, eventually they look at the business needs as well, at what they need to provide. But there is the right of people like Celestina to say, this is how I worship, this is what I need to accommodate. And the point here is about accommodation, which was done at the very outset with Celestina. And unfortunately, as Celestina explained, that became more difficult and put Celestina in a position of choosing between her faith and her work, which we don't believe she should have been in.
And you're expecting to be in court tomorrow, is it?
It's going to be either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Tuesday or Wednesday, all right.
We shall watch with interest,
We certainly will.
Thank you both of you.
Thank you very much.